Okay, this is smudge mudging demonstration video part 5. We're now at 220 grit. See this? Here, clear, see that number down there? Okay, that's here. It's purple. These are actually made by 3M, as opposed to what is that? Was it no, not Diablo? As opposed to the Diablo cutting wheels and abrasives, which you can get out of different paint stores. Not always necessarily a Home Depot or Lowe's or a hardware store. Like those initial ones that I'm obsessed, yeah, like the color of my goofy shirt. Purple, this is Admiral on it. These come from Harbor Freight Tools. Very good deal on it. They work very well. It just really is a crying shame that they don't have a number of others. That they don't have other ones there, because they do offer very competitive deals. And try and maybe move this over a little bit, slightly better angle. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now we're at 220. So let's put this on here. It also fits with the holes on it better too as well. How I'm manipulating this with my hands, so when you're using something that spins, it doesn't accidentally catch on something and go flying away from you. Okay, so that was 220. And where are we at on this? We are 6 minutes, between 6.5 and 7 minutes in. Now we're at 320 grit. This is where you really begin to notice, yeah, these came from Mesh Tool on the internet. This is where you really start to notice the differences in how it looks. Got a problem here. I'm starting to make holes in it. I don't know how to do. Wow. Starting to make holes. It rust through. 1200, I don't, you know. Holes are starting to go through this, but there may be a way around that. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Time will tell. A little worried about that. why not find out right here and right now what the temperature tolerance would be of JB Weld, assuming that could be used. Now that there's a new formula, critical thinking, figuring things out as you go along. So, like that search for the lost Ark of the Covenant that carried the Ten Commandments outside of Cairo. The Well of Souls. I don't know, I'm just making this up as I go. Couple years before that Second World War started, or so they thought. Let's see here. Maximum heat tolerance. Of JB Weld. JB Weld is a water resistant, petroleum chemical resistant when hardened, and acid resistant. It also resists shock, vibration, extreme temperature fluctuations. JB Weld can withstand a constant temperature of 500 Fahrenheit. That's not good. 260 Celsius, and maximum temperature threshold is approximately 600 Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. So the mostly carbon, they make another product. Unlike standard JB Weld epoxy, extreme heat is an air cure product designed specifically for high heat applications, withstanding up to 2400 Fahrenheit of continuous heat. That means your repair will last even under extreme heat conditions. And I'm assuming, yeah, from this advertising you get that from Napa, so the standard formula is not going to work for that. Being that when you have fire coming out of that on a grill, which would make it worse if you had a Gen Air electric, like flat heat, it would be more difficult if there were bumps, as you can see how there are these holes in the bottom of this. So that would make that more difficult. And alright, well, let's look that up. Assume that Napa has it. JB Weld Extreme Heat. AutoZone 2, I didn't know they had that there. What does it look like? So it comes in a little, like a, almost looks like a vial in a pharmacy. Yeah, Amazon, that would be this stuff here. Extreme high temperature resistant metallic paste. I didn't even know this existed until now. As you can see on there, I don't know. I have to check into that. But I know one thing is for certain, I don't believe that you can get that out of a Home Depot or a Lowe's standard hardware store, which sucks, but you just got to search around. And the only thing I keep saying that limits you is your imagination. So where are we at now? It's 15 minutes. Okay, we're halfway through. These gloves back on. So, like I said I would show, you notice the tremendous difference now starting to get in this pot and how this looks compared to what it looked like when I started out. So now we're up to the super high amounts. I believe, I forgot exactly who makes this. If 3M, no, it might have been different. I'd have to go and check. But when you get to a bulk purchase of the high amount of, when you want a bulk purchase of super high or ultra high sanding discs, you might not get discs, you might have squares, and you could get them from an auto parts store like Pep Boys, AutoZone, Advanced Auto, O'Reilly, Western Auto, Strauss Discount Auto and so on and so forth, Napa, but they're going to want a lot more money for a lot less. End up stuck going to an auto body shop or a place that sells auto body supplies, which may or may not always necessarily be that easy to find, like that of Albert Kemperly or Sherwin-Williams, so on and so forth. Let's go on to here. This, and at 400 you definitely want to be lower on these potentiometers and rheostats, basically control knobs and triggers to control the exact speed, sort of like a dimmer switch on a light. Like I said, as you go further in, so now we're at 600, as you go higher up in those abrasives, you're able to, you go quicker with it. So now we're at okay, now we are at 800. Now we're at 800 grit here. By the time you get up about this high, it may be even a little bit difficult to tell what side it's supposed to be on. And I hate having these things with holes in them, but unfortunately, that's what was available at the Sherwin-Williams auto body store that I had gone to. Like it or not, but once you're up about this high, you're better off just rubbing it, pretty much rubbing it by hand, either going really slow with it or rubbing it by hand, because it's going to give out really fast. You'd want it all the way down to the lowest setting on the dial, the control knob, and see. Yeah, you know what? Not even that. Really not even. Once you got that far, you're just better off doing it by hand, as you can see where this is actually at. Along that way. Yeah, most definitely. It don't need to go that quick. Not when you're at such an ultra high or ultra fine grit of such. Plus it gives out faster. Doesn't last anywhere near as long. I think I'm running out. I hate to admit this, but I don't think I anticipated anywhere as near as how much of this was going to be used. So I got to get another one. See, like I was talking about a couple minutes ago, these are the ones that are going all the way that don't have those holes, and these are other ones that I modified because they all came out of squares so that they could go on the end of that if you wanted to do it by machine. See how fast that gets out. That's why once you get that far with it, you gotta start slowing down. So now we're at 1,000. Okay. And this, most definitely you want to be doing, but once you've gone this far in the process, you want to be going at it by hand. It'll use itself up way too fast to use the machine. Yeah, see that's a P 1000 grit. See, where are we at on time? 29 minutes. Now at, well, you're going to need one more 1000 grit too. Let's go get that. We're going to go a little bit over that time limit. And that I had a half hour. Don't want to, but, you know. Well, yeah, they're also expensive when you get that high up in the process. It's like $30 for the whole thing of them. Wow. Got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiny holes in this. At that point, we're this far in. This is what this now looks like. And up to that half hour. So that's the end of part 5.